So today what we're going to be doing is building a Christmas wreath. I got this idea from a YouTuber I was watching, and I just thought it was so fun and what a cool opportunity to do a craft during the holidays. So what I've done is I've gathered a lot of tree trimmings. So when we got our tree, I just grabbed pretty much all the tree trimmings that were left in the shopping cart, put them in my car, and they've been hanging outside waiting for me to get started. So I actually did try it first. I went ahead and bought this from Joann's, and so I thought it was a good size for me, and I kind of just tried to twist tie all of these branches on it, and didn't work out so well. And luckily I saw a video of someone on YouTube going to a wreath making class, and I learned the correct proper way to make a wreath. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So what you first do is you take your clippings and you kind of bunch them together. So you cut some different pieces. I have some from a Douglas fir that we have, and then some from, I'm trying to think of the name, but a different pine tree. So it gives a little bit of variety, so it's not just all the same pine needles, but two different kinds. If I had berries or something else, maybe I would put some of those in here. And so you'll have about 10 or so of these little clippings that you'll make these bunches out of. And then you'll get some wire, such as this one right here. And I also got this from Joann's. And then you just start wrapping it. And so what you do is you're gonna go first and you're gonna wrap all of your bunches with this wire, and then you'll end up attaching it to your ring at the end. So I'll show you kind of just how I'm gonna do this, so that maybe you can do it at home as well. Okay, so now that I've got my pile of bunches, I'm gonna now go ahead and I'm gonna take this ring. And so I'm gonna take the tag off real quick. Mine's an 18-inch, if you're curious. 18-inch ring. And then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna use that wire, and you're just gonna start wrapping piece by piece around here. And you'll just keep the wire going until you have a full wreath. When I was doing these bunches as well, I was trying to make them fuller, or maybe editing them a little bit, and I ended up wrapping the wire around like 4, 5, 6 times each time, making sure it's really nice and tight. So we did it. This is what the wreath looks like. It is a little sparse in some areas. I think it's always better to make more of those little bunches than less. I had to kind of undo the wire a couple times to readjust the leaves because it wasn't going to make it all the way through, and then at the end I did make 2 extra bunches, but I couldn't make any more because I was out of pine needles. However, I think it looks really good, and so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a little bit of stuff to it. So one thing I have here, I made these dry oranges. Some of them are dried grapefruits, dried oranges, a little bit of dried lemons in our oven, and then I do have some of these pine cones, and so I'm going to kind of try to place these throughout with the wire. And I think I've heard from people less is more, so I'm going to try to stick just a couple pieces to make it pop, and we'll see what the final wreath looks like. So with the wire, I was told from someone else you can go through the bottom of the pine cone, and then you just twist it, and that way you can kind of stabilize your pine cone so it doesn't fall off your tree. And then you can tie it either to the branch, or just the entire wreath. Okay, so we finished it up, and this is our final wreath. I think it looks so good. Of course, always room for improvement when you do something for the first time, but overall I'm really impressed. I'm really happy about it, and I'm looking forward to putting it up and sharing it with some friends, and potentially even maybe having a wreath making party or something like that. I think that would be a really fun activity to do for the holidays. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on our front door, Thank you so much for joining me, and let me know if you have any questions about it or any tips for me, as I would love to learn more. Merry Christmas.